Hi guys, Subham this side, and in this video today we have Nirvik with us, who will be walking us through the interview process of Infosys, and also he would be talking about the different stages like the upgradation plus the internship and the training phase. So let's welcome him. Hi Nirvik, how are you?
Hi Shubham, I'm fine.
So can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Nirvik Ghosh. I am a 2025 pass out from Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology with Bachelor of Technology in Information Technology. I am currently working as a system engineer trainee at Infosys and I am currently in my period.
So from where did you hear about Infosys and how did you apply for it?
I got to know about Infosys through my university training and placement officer. I applied through the Infosys survey recruitment survey form provided by the TP.
Okay. So like what is the name of the assessment and like when did you apply for it?
The assessment was named Infosys On Campus AC Recruitment 2025. I applied on the 6th November 2024, and it was an on campus recruitment.
Okay. And like for what role did you apply and like what are the different roles in the Infosys process?
Infosys offers multiple roles. The most basic role is the system engineer role, which is of 3.6 lakh package. Next, the digital specialist engineer role, which is 6.25 LPA package. After that, the specialist programmer role, which have three levels basically. The level one is 11 LPA package, the level two is 16 LPA package, and the level three is 21 LPA package. Candidates are selected for AC role and they can also upgrade to DAC and SP through an upgradation program.
Okay. So for your on-campus one, like you applied for like AC role only or like other role?
In my on-campus role recruitment, I applied through only AC role.
Okay. So, like, can we upgrade also, like, from AC to SP or DAC?
Yes, candidate can easily upgrade from AC to DSC for in on-campus recruitment, which will be provided by Infosys only through an
Okay,
upgradation program.
okay. So, before going to the upgradation part, can you just explain us the stages of Infosys hiring?
Yeah, there are various different stages in Infosys hiring. Let's start with the system engineer role. There will be an online assessment which is based on the aptitude test, and after that there will be a technical interview. And for specialist programmer and digital specialist engineer, there will be an online coding test which is DSA based and also a technical interview.
Okay, okay. So, basically, what did you appear for, like, for the AC role? Like, what was the on campus process?
For SC role, there was an online assessment, and after that there is a technical interview. Uh, that's all with my team.
Okay. And what is the service bond of Infosys?
There, yes, Infosys has a service bond of 18 months.
Okay. So, when did you receive your first round email, like the aptitude round email?
I received my first round email on 12th November 2024.
Okay, and like when was the aptitude exam?
The aptitude exam was on 13th November 2024.
Okay, like you didn't get much time for preparing for that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so can you explain me like how was the aptitude exam assessment? Like, was there logical reasoning, grammatical, and then coding round all together or not? And like, if we could switch between different pages, like from grammar to numeric problems and then to coding, can you explain that process as
Yeah,
also?
sure. The online assessment was basically based on aptitude test. It has various rounds. Like the first was the quantitative aptitude, then the logical reasoning, then there was verbal ability. After that, there was CETO coding, and lastly, there was an English essay writing. The total time duration was given 120 minutes. And the essay writing was very important selection criteria, as many of my friends and candidates got rejected due to incomplete essay.
Okay, so basically we need to do like starting from the numeric to logical to like the grammatical and the pseudocode, everything we need to do. Like we can't skip
Yeah.
any part.
No, we cannot skip any part, and there are chances, means there are options for going back and front, but you have to attempt all the questions. And the attempting the English question was compulsory.
Okay, okay. And like, can you give us the difficulty level of the assessment? Like, how did you fail, and like, were you able to complete the whole thing?
So the difficulty level was easy to moderate, and I was able to complete the whole thing, and the questions were at my level to complete them. And also, I didn't face any technical issue.
Okay, that's great that you didn't face any technical issues because many of the people are facing some
Yeah,
technical issues. So, like, can
yeah.
you tell me, like, how did you prepare for this assessment, like, for this aptitude and basically, most importantly, the pseudocode part?
Actually, when the interview came, at that time I was preparing for my GATE exam, so which helped me very much for the aptitude. And for the pseudocode, I relied on the basic coding concepts and the like the conditional statements, the if and else and loops, which basically came in the pseudocode. And for the interview, I prepared thoroughly through the concepts and skills I mentioned in my CV.
Okay, and after that, I think it was the interview round, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, regarding the aptitude round, when did you receive the mail that you have been shortlisted for the aptitude round? And also, like, when did you get the email that interview has been scheduled for you?
I received the interview mail and the selection mail on the evening of the assessment day, and the interview conducted was on the 14 November 2024, the very next day.
Okay, so for interview also, you didn't get much time as it was on campus. They conducted it one
Yeah,
after another.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
One after another.
so this interview was online or offline?
The interview was conducted offline at my college campus.
Okay, and like for the interview, like the MR, HR, and the technical round, everything happened in a single interview, or there were multiple interview sessions?
No, it was a single technical interview conducted by only one interviewer.
Okay, okay, and like how long you had to wait for that interview, and like what is the waiting time basically?
Since I was on the fourth or the fifth candidate, I have to wait for hardly 1 to half an hour. But the interview gone not too much long for.
Okay, okay. So, can you give us a brief idea, like, how many of you applied for that interview, like for this Infosys role, and then how many of you got selected in the aptitude round and went to the interview round?
In this Infosys on-campus recruitment from our college, almost around 138 appeared for the interview, out of which 27 to 30 people cleared the first round, and finally 23 got selected
Okay,
for the SC role in 2025.
okay. So almost 70% got evicted in the first aptitude round only
Yes,
for the
yes.
on-campus
And
role.
the most reason is because of this English essay,
Okay,
that
okay,
most of
okay.
them were not able to complete.
Okay. And so, coming to the interview round, like, can you explain me how was the interview process and like what were asked and how important is CV and project?
Mostly, the interview focus on the coding fundamentals and programming. Then they ask for the basic coding questions if required. Then they go for the skills mentioned in the CVs, and later they go for some family background stories, like who are all in our family or like that. And also they ask for the final year project. They also go for the final year project discussion.
Okay. Like, when you entered the room, like, did they start directly questioning or just they asked you to do some formal introduction and like talk to you? Like, how was
Yeah,
the
there
interview?
was a formal introduction.
Okay.
Yeah, the individual was a nice person. He started with an formal introduction. He at last also he introduced himself also. That was a nice most time when I later I when I go went for other companies, the interviewer don't introduce themselves, but in Infosys they last they also introduce themselves also. So that's a nice experience with them.
Okay. So can you give us a brief, like, what were the questions asked in this interview to you?
Yes, yes, sure. For since my CV was based on Python, Django, SQL, and I have bit of experience in the DevOps, so I have included Unix and Docker. The person first started with the questions of interviewer started with the questions of Unix commands. He had asked some Unix commands, then later go for the Docker, where he asked the list to give me the say the commands to list the containers running in a Docker. So I've answered that. Later, he also gone for a little bit deeper with questions like difference between VM and Docker. And lastly, we went for a detailed discussion on the from my final year project, which was based on a natural language processing. And finally, he went for about which normal for everyone. Went for a family background discussion, and that's all.
Okay. So you were saying like they covered mostly from your CV, like the Docker part which you mentioned, they are covering from the CV only,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yes, they mainly go for the CV. Like one of my friend case, he was in his CV there was not too much technical skill. He only mentioned like Web3. He was a expert in he was so much into Web3, so he mentioned Web3. Though if you have seen Infosys, not mostly they work in blockchain too much. So the interviewer only asked with him on with three only, and he later went for other things like projects and family background. He didn't go for any core fundamentals or other questions.
Okay, so you are saying that CV and project is very much important.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? You write that. That's
Okay, okay, okay. And can you like tell us, like, if you know about some of your friend who got into that interview and what were the question asked to them?
Yeah, sure. So somewhere, one of my friends were some of the friends were asked about SQL queries. Some were asked about the internship related questions. One of my friends was having an internship experience, so he was asked about his company description about what he did in this company or that. And if you say I would give you a good experience of one of my friend, and it's a very good experience. So the person who means the friend who appeared for the interview, he had a SQL certification in his CV. So when he entered this hall, the interviewer first questioning about on the SQL only, and later he went on to advanced topics of SQL. But my friend has not too much proficient in SQL, so he was like he created a very negative impression initially. But however, he recovered it because as he was going on because he had a good core knowledge on his fundamentals. When the interviewer went for a core fundamentals topics like OS, OOPS, or computer networks, he had good strength in it, and he had well answered it to the interviewer. And the interviewer was very much impressed with it. Later on, he also told him to explain some projects which he have done, and he had also well experienced it. So that's means he somehow recovered that negative effect with him, and finally he is now also working with me at Infosys. So in overall, I would say always mention the skills you are truly proficient, and don't hesitate to mention the core fundamentals topics as they are also taught in colleges and they are important. And Infosys give importance to those topics. And never exaggerate your skills in CV because that will make you lose a position.
Okay, okay. So basically, we need to cover the CV and then the projects and the fundamentals like OS
Yeah,
and everything, computer network, all those things, basics, so that when they ask, we can answer that.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. And like, Did they ask from any like department wise question, or like it was fully IT related question in most of the
Mostly it
cases?
was IT related questions, but if there was someone from other departments, non IT department, they go for the CV only. And if they mention something related to non IT, they ask question on that only. So it's not like advantageous for CS and T. That's nothing like that.
Okay, okay. So on what date you received that you have been selected, like the congratulations mail?
I received the selection mail on the same day during late hours, and after the 1 month, I received an upgradation program email.
Okay. So like you mentioned that 138 applied. So how many got finally selected after the interview?
Finally, 23 students selected for SE role, and from them, one student was selected for the SV role, and one was selected for TTSC.
Okay, so I think this is not part of the SE role, right? Like it is the part of upgradation.
Yeah, they selected through the
Okay,
arbitration
okay,
program.
okay.
Got
So
selected.
like when did you receive the upgradation mail?
I received the upgradation mail on 25th December 2024.
Okay, so 14th November to 2000 like 24 to 25th December, like about after a month you received that upgradation mail, right?
Yeah, almost a month to
Okay. So like
almost a
what
month.
is the upgradation process? Like how does it follows?
It is basically a program which allows system engineer candidates to upgrade to TSC and SV role. And in this program, there is a 3 week training, DSA training, which is conducted by Infosys educators. And in this training, they teach us the basic, some important topics of DSA, like DP, tree, graphs. They taught us them. And later, after this program completes, we have a coding test. For me, it's held on 19 January 2025. And after clearing that coding test, we get the chance for to sit for the technical interview. And if you clear the technical interview, on the basis of interview, you get the role you want. They will give you the role, TSC or SC.
Okay. So like firstly after like getting the upgradation mail, after that within how many days you get into that upgradation program, like, and also like do you get a live trainer where he comes and train every day, and like how long is that like session, like from morning to evening,
They
or what is the timing?
So actually, the program started on 20th December 2025, and it was a like a WebEx meeting organized by Infosys, where all the system engineers selected till now on until that day for who on campus are present. Like around you can say 6,000 students were there, and there was a educator from Infosys who used to teach us on the DSA topics. And usually they fix the time around 2 to 3 hours. They teach us the topics and these meeting online meetings. And after the each they alternative to two after 2 days, two meeting, they give us some assignments through which we get to get the knowledge of the coding test idea, the pattern we get to know.
Okay, okay. So can you explain like this coding round and this interview, like how many questions they ask in the coding round, and then how the interview process goes?
Yeah, sure. So the coding test is basically round where you are given a test cases and you have to clear a normal like to coding test for you see in hacker rank or that lead code. Okay. So here in the at my time there was a old pattern. That pattern usually consists of three questions: one easy, one medium, and then another one was a hard one. Now currently the pattern has changed to four questions: easy, medium, hard, and complex. So questions are basically mainly based on the DSA topics, and you have to code them and get clear the assessment. After that, the coding test, you get the interview process. Where in interview, there first a live coding round occurs at the Infosys office in front of the interviewer, and you have to do it on your laptop. After that, you complete that coding round. You will be there will be a critical interview taken by the interviewer. And one important point is that if you means the more questions you solve, the higher chances of getting a selection and the better the role you achieve.
Okay, so like you mentioned that you got three questions. Like, how long did it take? Like, how long did they give? Like 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever was the time frame?
They they mostly gave 3 hours. In my old format it was 3 hours. Now it's also same. It's keep it 3 hours. Maybe there may be a slight change for the new ones. I don't know.
Okay, okay, that's great. And after the upgradation, like how long did they take to send the mail? Like you have been upgraded, and also like did you appear for this upgradation process, and like did it upgrade you also like to other roles?
I sit for the coding test on 19th January 2025. After that, they almost take means it depends on the role you receive. For some of my friends who have got selected for SP, they almost get the interview mail on almost in the February or March. And got selected as the DSC, so I got a letter at around May. I got the interview mail, and but I didn't appear for the in DSC interview as I got a better opportunity, a better package from another company, so I went for that interview. So I didn't appear.
Okay, like you had a different interview, so you couldn't appear for this. Sorry to hear that. Yeah,
Yes,
and
I didn't.
like going forward, like after this upgradation process is done, like is there any internship or directly you get the joining?
Mostly after you got selected on a system engineer role, you get a after during the application program or the after on while going the application program, parallelly they send you a internship nomination mail. So this in this internship you get to chance to go to the training period means before that.
Okay, like before joining, when you are in college, you get to into this internship, and like
Uh, yeah,
like
please.
when did you get this internship mail, and like when was the joining, and was that an Webex or internship, or like you had to visit to that location, and like how long is this internship?
I received the internship nomination mail on the 8th January 2025, and my joining was on 26th January 2025 that day at the Infosys Mysore campus.
Okay, okay, and like did you appear for that internship?
I didn't appear for the internship as my semester exam was going on at
Okay,
that
so
time.
like people can opt out for this internship also, like they can do later on the training. Yeah.
Yes, this internship is not compulsory for everyone. It's an extra
Okay,
advantage.
can you explain like how it is an extra advantage, and like what is the course of this internship? Like how long do they take?
Yeah, there are some advantage of this internship than the normal training. Basically, this internship duration is 3 to 4 months, while the normal training is 5 to 6 months. And there is an industry list. You get a industry level exposure while you are in your university levels, and you also get extra chances if you still fail in the internship, and you can still join Infosys after you get graduated. And if you complete the internship within the specified period after graduating, you get the deployed to a TC faster than the rest of them.
Okay, okay. So like if anyone appears for the internship, he would be getting early joining, and after the joining only, he would be allocated to the projects. He would not have to go through whole the training you mentioned, like the 5 to 6 months training, right?
Yeah, we will.
So when did you receive the joining in Infosys, and like the training email also? When did you receive that? Basically the offer letter.
I received the offer letter or the joining training mail on 14th August 2025, and the joining date was 13 October 2025.
Okay, so before joining, like 1 month, you got the info. So that's
Yep.
great. So
Yes.
can you explain me like the training process, like how is the training executed, and like what is the training location mostly?
Yeah, so my basically the training location was at Mysore Infosys campus, and the training procedure basically it includes two parts. The first part is the generic training, and the second part is the stream training. In generic training, the training goes on for 2 months, and it is basically for it focus on Java and HSQL database. Yeah, in generic training, we have to clear two exams, and we are given three attempts to clear them. And in these trainings, there are there are two types of questions comes like MCQ and hands-on. MCQ is 40% of the exam, and hands-on is the 60%. In stream training, we have the training goes on for 2 to 3 months, and it is based on various streams, and it's related to stream specific technologies. Here you get 3 to 4 exams, out of which the last exam is on the final real world projects, and you get 2 attempts to clear this exam. In this also, the same objectives are of 40% of the exam, and the hands-on is 60%.
Okay. And like, is the like all these rounds which you mentioned, like, are this elimination round?
Yeah, all these are elimination round, and you can list like I said earlier. In the generic, you get 3 chances. After the three are gone, you get the termination mail, and similarly in the stream also, you get the termination mail.
Okay. And like, what is the percentage passing percentage criteria for this assessments?
For this assessment, the passing criteria is mostly 60% in each exam, and for the stream, it's sometimes lower in some cases, but it depends on the streams.
Okay. So you mentioned multiple times about the stream. So like, do they give us the opportunity to choose which stream or which domain we want to proceed with, or like they allocate according to the business demand?
Yes, they give us the chance to select our domain, but it's also within their limit. There is a limit, but for this, on the fifth day of the induction program, we get a pre-test opportunity to which is conducted by Infosys, and a candidate scoring 65% can select their own domain, but there are some options that Infosys will give. From that, you have to choose, and others who doesn't qualify will be assigned randomly.
Okay. And I want to know like, this SP and DAC role you mentioned and this AC role. So like all the trainings happen together, or like there are different parts for different like groups.
And, the AC and AC, DAC, and SP, their training goes on together in Mysore only, but they occur in different batches. And for AC and SP and DAC, the generic training is not there. They have only stream
Okay,
training.
and like they follow also the same passing criteria and all those things.
Yeah, they're all passing criteria. Everything is same for them.
Okay, that's great. Like, are you going through the training period, or like you have completed the training?
Yeah, it's ongoing, and
Okay.
it will take almost 1 more month to complete.
So thank you for giving us the brief about this whole process.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. So like, this is the whole process which you mentioned about, like the on campus, like from firstly the interview, which is basically for AC role only, and after that you get the upgradation to DAC and SP based on your the coding assessment, and after that you get a chance for internship, and if you opt out also you would be getting a chance for the training after joining, and this is a paid also training. So after that, like, what is the process, like, this there would be joining, right? So for off campus, can you tell me like, what is the process? Is it the same process, or like it has a different process?
For on off campus, mostly the process are almost same. But there is one thing that in off campus you can directly apply for SP and DSC. You don't have to apply through means selected for SC, then you go for the SP or DSC. But here you get the opportunity to directly apply for SP and DSC. And for AC, there is also off campus, and you get the chance to got selected in AC only. There are less chances for upgradation, as mostly upgradation occurs in on campus only.
Okay, okay. Great. So thank you so much for giving us this information, like from starting to interview to the ending of like training, basically the joining, the whole process, the journey of like it almost took about an year for you from applying to getting training and all those things. So thank you very much, and again congratulations for getting selected in Infosys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Shubham. Thank you.